Okay, good morning. This is Mark Bruno with the Cannata Report. I'm the editor-in-chief, and it is Friday, which means we are here with Frank. But before we bring Frank out, I'd like to remind everybody to please like, comment, share our content. If you have any topics that you'd like us to consider for a future episode, shoot us a comment, and we definitely will consider it. So good morning, Frank. I understand private equity is on your mind today.
Yeah, it's an interesting subject that's come up. Some of our clients have engaged us to kind of explore what's going on in general. Now, I want to make one thing clear. There are some things that I'm going to present. These are our suppositions. Based upon what information we've received, we've drawn our own conclusions as to the impact of what we believe PEs are doing. So I don't want anybody to go off the board and say, well, if this is really happening, I'm telling you, this is what we think is happening. So with that context, let's move ahead. Fundamentally, private equities are very simple organizations. They're wealthy because they make quick turnarounds. Buy something for 100, sell it for 200. That's the object. And they've been buying, everyone is aware with who they've bought. They bought several of the so-called mega dealers. And they're, in our opinion, they're not happy with any of them. I judge this based on not somebody saying that to me, but the conversations that we've had with the people that we know and respect that work for these private equities. And clearly there are things that private equity firms say, look, if we can't make the turnaround on dollars with copiers, we got to move on to something else. Now, when they move on, they're not going to move out to something brand new or, it's a great idea. We'll go into whatever business. They'll take a part of the business that exists today, whether it's focusing totally on production print, whether it's, IT, which is another tremendous area in the business. We see them doing that. Now, why is this of concern or a topic that we want to address on our Friday morning discussion? These private equity firms own some very large companies. If you take into consideration what they own collectively, it's considerable. Now, what does that mean? Well, if they're unhappy with the copier revenue, do you think they're going to be spending a lot of money to sell copiers or print in general? I don't think so. So who does that hurt? Hurts the manufacturers. Major distribution points are going to slow down their buying. Well, part of it is because of what's going on in the industry, which everybody is aware of, what the decay in print in the office, and then the movement of A3 down to A4. So it's lessening revenue, obviously lessening profitability, which doesn't work out for PEs. So what you have to do is understand the big picture. Manufacturers are really not worried about the dealers that have proven they know what they have to do to get the business done. And I'm talking about businesses who are moving over to products, services that make sense and give them the added revenue and gives them the increased profitability. Our most recent taping with Jerry Blaine is a great example of that. I mean, Jerry made very clear to me that he said we saw what was coming and none of it was good. And this is a company who concentrates on the enterprise business in New York City. So you can imagine somebody like that saying, "We got to do something else," and we're doing it. And thankfully, they're doing it well. It's a great group of people. But that's that's typical of what I think the response has to be all the way up and down the line. It's not just the largest dealers, but the smaller dealers can diversify to an extent.